Negative.
Yes.
Negative the if.
And also in the studio with us
is Rye Bread. Rye or Rye the Late Night Samurai.
or Rye Bread.
Or Rye Bread. Or they have Rye Ale. It's Rye.
They do have a rye ale.
Really?
It's
A
rye
beer?
Beer,
Yes.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Well, they have a whole bunch of beers out because they got all them microbreweries out, and they have all these different flavors and stuff that
I
they
don't
come
do
out
beers.
and
Yeah,
experiment
beers
with. Yeah, that's supposedly a new trend.
No.
I don't understand it,
Yeah,
but
you can have it.
No.
pretty much.
It gives you a beer belly.
I just don't like the taste. It's acquired taste, but
Right.
I'm good.
She's a tequila girl
No, I'm
with
not.
the worm at the bottom.
Would you
okay,
stop putting rye?
There we
First
go.
of all, I'm gonna need you to stop.
There we go.
That's gonna be a no.
There we
Not
go.
a tequila girl. Not at all. Not a brown liquor girl. Not a tequila girl. I am.
She said, I'm top shelf.
I'm a Malbec. I'm a Shiraz.
Ciroc?
Shiraz.
Oh.
I heard Ciroc.
That's what I heard.
Shiraz.
Yeah.
No.
She needs to pronunciate her
I am
words
none
better.
of those. No,
Yeah.
you need to clean your ears out. That's what you need to do. None of that.
I know a girl
None of
named
that.
Tequila.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you do. How many ones you give her? Silence.
She is
exactly.
not. I've never ever been in a strip club before, so.
Nope, because they
Neither have I.
deliver. In the privacy of your own home.
They do that now.
They work for Popeyes or Papa John's, yeah.
See, look, I
What?
can't even get the lie right.
Do you order like a special pizza for that?
Can't order.
Yeah, the one with pumpkin pie on it.
No. And can I get a two
pie
piece of
pizza.
pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin pie pizza
Yeah, pumpkin pie pizza.
with pepperonis and pineapples on it.
Some honey and whipped cream. And
This sound like she's
some
pregnant.
cinnamon.
That's just too much.
That's way too much.
No, just don't add the pickles.
Why your eyes glazed over and you went all into Raptors? What were you thinking?
I was praying without ceasing.
No, you were not. Don't you
That's
put that
what-
on God.
what?
Yes, sir.
I'm not putting it on him. I'm putting it on me. It's what I was doing.
You
He
were
wasn't
not
doing it.
praying
I was
without
doing it.
ceasing. I know. He needs to intervene.
We all need a little bit of prayer.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's encouraging because some
Especially
people
in the
think
especially in
that
the
they
midnight
feel
hour.
that they don't need prayer, but
Right, tell me about
Those are the
what
ones we need to
happens
pray
in the
for the
midnight
most.
hour.
In the midnight hour.
prayer
Late in the midnight hour.
can happen.
Rod's going to turn it around. He's going to play your favorite song. No. No. No.
I wanted to beatbox, but
Late.
Is that what that was?
that was my beatbox. Yeah.
That I can take. This thing right here that just happened, it sounded perverted. It sounded like a sound from a Me Too movement.
Well, last night she appreciated it. So.
Oh, wow.
No.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Becky. No.
No.
Becky like
And again, let's go. So, again, yes, midnight.
Midnight,
Nocturnal.
yes. Nocturnal Soul. It is a 15-minute broadcast, so we try to get a lot done in those 15 minutes. But most of the time, you're going to be hearing music that you've probably never heard before, but definitely something that you'll be enjoying, definitely enjoyable to the ear. I try to find a lot of music that gravitates to more than one genre of listeners.
Okay.
So
Where
a
do
lot
you
of
hunt for that?
a lot of stuff is hunted through, well, not hunted because it's submitted, but I get submissions.
Okay.
A lot of them are close friends who create music in Atlanta, Charlotte, and Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay.
And a lot of stuff I find on SoundCloud. So there's a lot of producers, not necessarily just artists who rap or sing, but there's producers that do a lot of mixes as far as old school music and new school music. They might take an old song and just take the instrumental and flip it.
Got it.
And just different mixes like that. So stuff like that. And there's other shows called Selection and Beats One Radio that's on Beats One Radio, and they have a lot of music that's like that as well. So I try to listen from where I listen to my music at, and
Got
try
it.
to pull the best out of those areas.
Do you have a favorite genre?
It would really just be hip hop, just
Really?
all around. Well, no, I don't. I can't say that. It is hip hop and old school R&B. I love old school R&B.
Is there a genre within hip hop, a sub segment that you don't appreciate?
Do not appreciate. Nasty rap.
As I get closer to
God. You venture further away from the heathenistic ways. I'm gonna help you out.
closer to God, as I get
put it in that perspective,
as I get closer to understanding just artists and their purposes as far as music and they create. I tend to lean off of a lot of music that is negative, just all around negative. The gun stuff and the
beating hoes and all that.
it's just so played out now, and I've heard so much more music that just gives you better feels and more interesting subjects than the typical. So that type of stuff, you kind of catch a vibe from it in the moment, so you might want to feel hype for a moment, but overall, it's not something that's like one of my favorite genres in hip hop. It kind of needs to change a little bit, but I battle within that thought. I battle within that thought because a lot of them are also other people's experiences, and I can't get mad at your experiences that you felt in life and want to bring to the surface to teach other people. So,
how to beat a hoe?
No, not that, but just
you know, because there are songs that speak to that.
Right. But so, like what I've done wrong, and you know what I'm saying, this is the life that I used to live. This is the life that I live now. Type stuff.
Right.
Or the life that I'm still living.
Some of them like that.
Yeah.
I think
Secret,
one of the things that I have learned to appreciate, and I miss because I don't hear enough of it anymore, is the crossover, where they'll take. The most recent crossover was the hip hop in the country. You know, take the song to the old town road, whatever. Ed Sheeran did a song from with the Roots. It was phenomenal. What? So there used to be an old show. I mean, it's all out. I know it doesn't come out anymore.
Kunta Kinte?
But it was called Crossroads, and it was literally a rock artist would get with a hip hop artist, and they would blend.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It was really, really, really good, and I liked it because it required collaboration and creativity from two different genres, two different spectrums. It wasn't like jazz and R&B. It would be literally
completely
two
opposite
people that you would never expect to come together, and I would listen to what they put together, and it would sound better than what they did individually.
Kirk Franklin actually did that with, I think it was Berry Gordy, took one of his songs, and he remixed it into a gospel, whatever, and then Barry had, I think it was Berry Gordy, he recorded it obviously umpteen years ago, so it was on vinyl. So you know how it has that vinyl sound, like sort of scratchy, whatever at the beginning. So he incorporated all of that
in there
to give homage to you know, what was old or whatever, and then sort of gave it a new feel to it. So it was really cool. And then, you know, at the end, you know, Kurt's commentary was like, you did that. Because he inspired Kirk to take something which was just classic and remake it to speak to the millennials of this time. So
phenomenal.
He has a way of flipping stuff to be able to make it more relevant to people.
Trap Queen.
Trap Queen.
That's what he did. This is Trap Queen.
Ah, okay. Fetty Wap.
I'm like, hey, what up, hello. Seen your pretty eyes soon as you came in the door. I just wanna chill, got a sack for us to roll. Married to the money, introduced her to my stove. Showed her how to whip it, now she remixed it below.
Ain't that nice?
Let her hit the bando. We be counting up, watch our bust and bands go. We just set a goal, talking nuts and Lambos. 56 the gram, for the 100 gram flow. And I swear she love it how she worked the damn pole. The string.
You're killing me.
Bands go. Everybody hate, we just call them fans though.
This is what I listen to.
my preference is Amazing Grace, and that tends to be something that inspires me.
Not
so
his at all.
Amazing Grace is a wonderful classic. Yeah.
Whatever. So that's a crossroad.
Okay.
That's what I dig.
Now, I want to say Jay-Z did something with Linkin Park.
I can't hear you.
Jay-Z did something with Linkin Park, and I want to say it was
He did.
Numb and something. The Numb song was from Linkin Park, but it was a song that they mashed together. It was two of their songs that they just mashed together, and it was an incredible little remix. I think they actually did it live too.
They did, and it was Numb.
Yes, love that. And I love Linkin Park by themselves, but
that one.
Thank you for making all that noise tonight. We really appreciate it.
I love stuff like that. Oh, it wasn't Numb, it was Encore. Yeah.
Come on, it says Numb/Encore.
That's their song. Numb is Linkin Park, and Encore is his.
Right. Who you know fresher than whole riddle me that. Where I'm lyrically at. Yep. Grand closing. And when it just dropped and then it comes into their song,
Let's get ready to go. Gonna drop it.
Boys, for one last time, I need y'all to roar.
There we go. And that's theirs.
Make some noise.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Love it, man.
Crossing over.
I love it. So is that the new trend, or is that something that was just a temporary phase to let people know we can all get along, or what is the purpose behind doing that?
I think it has a lot to do with the relationship between the artists. When a certain artist may like another artist, they may just connect with each other and just want to do something.
Want to collaborate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to collaborate in a level like that versus just, hey, I got a song that I want you on, you're a feature.
Right.
They're blending in pretty much their whole worlds together and creating something else. And I think that's phenomenal. Stuff like that is incredible.
And I think people that are creative and talented can do that because their creativity is not just for a specific genre, because that may be their preference. But if you're just creative, you're creative. If you're smart, you're smart. If you're outside of the box thinking, you're outside of the box thinking. It just becomes a part of your nature.
Yeah, I think collaboration over competition always gives a better result.
Right.
It always enhances. If you're already great and you put your greatness with somebody else's greatness, and I really look when I work with people for that same, that's kind of like the concept that I'm going for. I'm really good at what I'm good at, and you're really good at what you're good at. And if your strengths complement my weaknesses and vice versa, like, what's going to stop us, from going to the next level? It's just sometimes that jealousy and envy slips in, and you get that crab in the bucket mentality. And,
But then you also have the people that play on the PR that goes along with the competition.
Right.
Where I think it was MC Hammer back in the day, he would call out Michael Jackson and I'm the better dancer or something. And you have what is his name?
Mike owned a monkey and an amusement park on his property.
But it got PR though. So when you do that level of competition,
with boo-boo pants on,
that's what they're doing. They're trying to play into the whole PR world, and ooh, so and so called so and so out, and they gonna battle and that kind of thing.
But understand, but that was a problem. That was before the collaboration could come in. MC Hammer did his little spills and bits and picked and whatever. Had he come out and said, Ed Sheeran and the Roots, they didn't tell everybody they was getting ready to do this. They just did it. They didn't call each other out separately. You know, and now we got to get together to kiss and make up over music. Linkin Park and Jay-Z, they didn't talk about each other. So that Michael Jackson and MC Hammer would have never collaborated because there was already competition there.
Just like, I think it was Chris Brown and Neo. You know, they had a thing with regards who's a better entertainer, dancer type of thing, because they both danced and stuff. And
Chris Brown and Drake, have you seen their new video?
Yes.
Oh my God!
Funny. It's funny and it's good.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It is. Okay, I'll show you during break. It is so because it took such
Contain your excitement
and understand my excitement because Chris Brown has experienced so much derogatory press release and reviews and stuff. The video was hilarious. I love Drake's freedom and his comic relief. It reminded me that he used to act. It was like, oh, that's right. You did use it. So I'll show it.
Where did he act?
He was in, was it Parkin something?
He was in Degrassi,
Yeah, he was in something.
Okay.
But I don't know what I was thinking.
That was it.
First Central and Park. What's that? 101 in Park.
106 in Park?
Yeah, I never lived there. I knew it was. I knew it was a show though, or something like that. Okay. Excellent.
How can people get in contact with you, follow up with you, get your services, listen to your show, all that fun stuff?
You can listen to the show on the TuneIn app or the iHeartRadio app. Just search WDRBmedia. You should be able to find it. You can also follow me on Twitter. There's a Twitter account for the Nocturnal Soul Radio, so it's Nocturnal Soul R on Twitter. YouTube page is coming up soon. I have to get things rearranged for that. And just personally, I also have my own Twitter, so it's just Yokai Rye on Twitter. So YOKAIRYE. And yeah.
Awesome.
Family, we always bring to you the best of the best of the best of the best. So make sure that you follow, make sure you be connected, make sure you stay connected, because we are the Profit and Growth Hour here on WDRB Media, the voice of the community.
Yes. Yeah. Was that 1 or 2?
2.
Really?
You can always tell by the time.
Oh yeah. This is my favorite crossover.